Hey, let's take a look at 212 today, and we're going to call that histograms, and go ahead and put whatever date is for you up. Today I have 10/13/20 on there. So I started today's class with everybody, the students, putting their head down, and I start a timer, and when you as a student ever think that 60 seconds has gone, you lift your head up and you look. And you record that number, okay? So maybe somebody had 1 minute and 13 seconds for a total of 73 seconds, okay? I had students actually do that twice each class. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that data and we're gonna put it in a histogram today, okay? So you can pause and you can write all of this down into your notebook before we get going. Okay, so be sure to pause, record, write all this down in your notebook before we get going. All right, so now that you have this all written down, what we're going to do is we are going to take the data that I actually had from one of my classes today on the left, and I'm going to put that into this histogram, okay? So the first thing I do is I have to think about these kind of like buckets, that sort of thing. And the question is, how many numbers did we have there, right? So all that data is on the left. Those are students' actual numbers, right? They had, for example, a student picked up their head and after 27 seconds, another student at 30 seconds, all the way down there. I don't know if it stops at 72. We'll scroll down and check it out. But how many students had lifted their head between 0 and 10 seconds? And on the data, you can see nobody did that, right? So I don't put anything there. And then I ask myself that same question. Do I have anybody in the 10 to 20? And no, you can see that the very first number on that far left is 27. So what I'm going to do is I recognize that there is exactly one person that's in this group right here of the 20 to 30. And that person is just that 27. And I'm going to highlight these in color here. And I'm going to put that color here. Now, you don't have to have color, but what you see is we have one person in that 20 to 30 group, okay? And so I'm going to highlight that in that color here, and you can see there's that one person, right? So then I look into the next group. It goes from 30 to 40, right? The 30 to 40 group. So I look over to my far left. How many do I have in the 30 to 40 group? I have 3 people. So in this one, I'm just going to go right with the rainbow colors. It'll be easy for me to do. So I have 3 people. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3 over, right? And we'll make that the same color just so you guys see where those numbers come from. So I have 3 numbers in the 30 to 40. Then I'm going to look here, and I have 40 to 50, right? 40 to 50. So just to stick with the rainbow theme, I guess, I don't know. We have yellow, right? So we have 2 numbers, so we need to go up 2. And there you'd build in your rectangle. Now I'll color them, right? Oops. There it is. Look a lot alike anyway, I guess, right? Now we look at the 50 to 61, right? 50 to 60, and that looks like I have, is that 5 of them or 6 of them? Let's count. Looks like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that fall into the 50s. So I need to make my thing go all the way up to 5. So I have 1, whoops, I made a little mistake, didn't I, in the last one? That goes right here, doesn't it? There we go. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one's in green. And let's fill that up. And then in the 70s, I can look there, or no, I'm sorry, the 60s, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 there. So I'm going to mark those blue. And we'll do that one. We have 6, so that's going to go right up here. And last but not least, how many do we have in that 70s group? We have 3. 1, 2, 3. Whoops, that's not blue anymore. That one should be purple. And let me make sure I make those purple in the numbers here, right? So that we see all of those. There we go. So notice how I'm taking those numbers and I'm organizing them in what we call a histogram, okay? I want you to think about just for a second, what would it look like if I didn't make what we call down here in the very bottom, we call these bins or bin size. What if the bin size was 50, right? 0 to 50, 50 to 100, 100 to 150, right? Wouldn't that add some interesting, a different look for my histogram? Or if I had bin sizes of, say, 2s, it went from 0 to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That would be a very long, wide histogram, right? So today we had bin sizes of 10 to help us do our histogram today, okay? Our goal then was just to be able to create and develop that histogram and then kind of see what those bin sizes do. Okay, if you have any other questions, please let me know. Have a great day.